Hello, welcome to the August edition of the monthly relationship inventory. What's that, you might be wondering, if this is the first time you've ever seen it? I'm going to tell you. I answer a question about relationships, question about a topic, or a question about a specific situation. And when I put out the call for those, I got a great one. And this is going to be what I'm going to talk about. Addiction, but a different kind of addiction than you might normally think of. That's why the title for today is What's Cool, Bright, Colorful, and it's Buzzkilling Your Relationship. I'm Geoff Laughton, your Relationship Architect.com. If this is the first time you've ever watched me, welcome. And if you're a regular viewer, like the one who sent in the question, thank you for coming back. So let me share the question with you. I'd like to see the issues with internet addictions addressed. I have been observing it for years and believe it is a serious problem that keeps getting worse. I've read how getting likes or comments on posts actually stimulates something in people that gives them a false sense of worth. And what it also gives them is an endorphin rush. More on that in a moment. They start to need this attention, and it takes them further away from reality and also from themselves and people they love, just like any other addiction. I'm not talking about porn addictions, just social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay, so this is something I'm seeing more and more, and because I pride myself on keeping it real, this is an issue I've been facing in my own relationship, not with my wife, but with me and one of my kids sometimes, and also other members of my family. And here's how it often shows up. Being with someone that you say you love, and I'm going to assume you genuinely do, and yet you're there in the room, or you're there in a restaurant, and you're like this. And then, pass the salt, please. How was work today? Holy Jesus. You know, one of the things that just breaks my heart is when Sarah and I go out to a restaurant and you see couples and or whole families and everybody, I'm holding my phone, see? Everybody is on their phone. The little kids are on the phone playing a game to keep them kind of tranquilized in public, my opinion. And they're not talking. Nobody's talking to each other. I've been at dinner parties where the same thing happens. With families, where family is together for the first time in a year, and everybody's checking their phone. Like, they can't go more than a few minutes without it. That is an addiction. And addictions are typically all about anesthesia. They're about what you don't want to deal with, what you don't want to feel, usually. And it's just certainly something that you want to just pretend isn't there. So I make up, and this is something I just toss out to you, the viewer, because most people I know have this going on to some degree or another. If you buy my theory that addiction is about covering up something, then what are you covering up when you're with your significant other? When you're with your children? Maybe you don't really know how to talk to your kids. So one thing you could do is put down the phone and just try talking. Even if you're talking to an adult, you can say, you know, I'd really like to connect. I have no idea how. Sad, but there are a lot of people for whom that would be true. But it's that level of intimacy and transparency that allows for something to happen. If you keep doing the same old stuff, you're going to keep getting the same results. So whatever it is you're avoiding, my practical tip for how you begin working with this, if you're married to somebody or you're committed to somebody who has this issue, and like the person who submitted this question, if you've got this going on in your relationship and it's bothering you for years, even months, then my suggestion is you gotta take a courage pill, and before you even talk to your partner about it, take a long, honest, hard look at why have you been putting up with this whole time? What have you been avoiding? Because when something bothers you and you don't deal, it's because you're avoiding something in yourself. Maybe it's that you have a real deep-seated issue with your partner that you just haven't been sharing. Maybe you're bored with the relationship and you're not addressing that either, so why not, do the screen thing? And if it's not this, it can be your laptop, it can be your tablet, it can be TV. I cut out TV Monday through Fridays about 3-4 weeks ago. It's been life-changing. I'm actually talking more, or I'm reading and learning something. So if you have an issue with your partner, then look at why you've been tolerating it. Then once you got that figured out, go to your partner and say, honey, sweetheart, honey bunch, whatever you call your partner, I've got something that's bugging me and I want to talk to you about it. And start by owning why you haven't talked about it. And you're going to immediately set the stage for a level of openness, vulnerability, transparency that gives you an opportunity to really change something. Okay. I could talk about this for hours. I'm not gonna, because my time's up. So thank you for watching this. If you watch the whole thing and you enjoy it, please comment, or you can send comments to me on email at Geoff, Geoff, at yourrelationshiparchitect.com. I'll be back next Tuesday with another video. And if you want more tips like this, or if you haven't really seen many or any of my other videos, there's quite a few of them available on YouTube. Just search for Your Relationship Architect. They're all there. There's a new one going up tomorrow. It's an interview that I did with a man who is involved in one of my men's groups. And we had an amazing conversation about how men tend to roll and what men are really hungry for about their own growth. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day or evening. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.